What's up, everyone? It's Thursday. Hello. Oh, I got comments already. People, there's my sister who said that she was going to be falling asleep. Not tonight. Tonight is my show. So welcome, everyone. It's Thursday, and it's time to have some fun. I do have a guest coming on tonight. Thank God. Oh, who's the other person watching? Somebody's watching. I'm still waiting for other people to come on, though, so I went a little early. That's my fault. So the show technically was scheduled at 8:15, but I decided to go early, so that's what I did. Don't forget to like and share this video, please. What's up, Ash? I got two people watching, but only one person is talking. Where is I am kind of early, though, so normally my chat room is filling up here. There we go. Hello to my grandmother, whose anniversary was May 11th, by the way, folks. So happy anniversary. Ashley says, I'm tired. Putting you on blast. Look at that. Ashley McKnight, I'm tired. I'm tired too. I have to work tomorrow at 8 o'clock in the morning. So, but I have so much to do at work. It's crazy. My Aunt Val is here as well. Welcome. Hello. So, yeah. So, yeah, I'm tired too. So I don't even want to hear it. Take your comment down. So, yeah. So, but then again, I am early. So, but, yeah, my guest is going to be coming on and around. He'll be here at least in 15 minutes or 10 minutes. But he's not due to come on until 8:30. So you have me for 30 minutes to chit chat, see what everyone's been doing, what you're up to since the last time I spoke to you. I was supposed to have a show on Sunday, and I was working. And unfortunately, I was not able to leave right away when the store closed. So unfortunately, I was a little late getting back to the house, and that's why there was no show. So unfortunately, it just didn't happen. Where is more people? Where is everyone? I was just talking to my sister Kayla on the phone. She's not watching. I'm going to message her and tell her, you're not watching. So my aunt, I don't know where my aunt is. She's not here either. I'm missing my other aunt, but oh, that's because my sister has a time difference. That's why. So she should be popping on any second now. All right. Well, anyways, while you guys let me know what you've been doing since the last time I heard from you, I'm going to keep going, and I'm going to let you know about tonight's guest on my Facebook page. So if I'm correct, his name is Steve Bellinger, and he is an award-winning science fiction author. And he is going to be coming on to talk about his books. We have multiple books, which you can find on Amazon. So I'm just going to go to Amazon here. And, oh, yeah. Here, I'll show you how to do it because it's very simple and easy. And you know me, I like sharing my screen with y'all. So Microsoft Edge tab, Amazon, share. There you go. I'm here on Amazon. So anyways, you can go to Amazon and you can type in the name of the author that you want to see. There he is, Steve Bellinger. So here's all his books right here. The Chrono Car, An Urban Adventure in Time. Time waits for no one. And this one here, Apocalypse, the digital dystopia is coming. We also have Edge of Perception. So, but that was 2019, 2020, 2020. I'm pretty sure that he's going to be coming out with something new. That's probably why he's coming onto the show. But anyways, you can view all his books. So I think what I'm going to do is I am going to copy this and I'm going to paste this on my Facebook wall so everyone can take a look at his books. They are science fiction, like I said before. We'll just keep. I don't know if you can see my Amazon. So I'm going to post it right now. Create a post. For more info on tonight's guest. There we go. Paste. Daniel Payton just shared my show. All right, I'm going to post that. So there you go. Daniel Payton, hello, welcome. Oh boy, you can see my Amazon page. So, and just to show how easy it really is, because then you can always go and type in Daniel Payton. Look at that. Bam. Look at all that. Look at those nice books. Daniel Payton, Daniel Payton, Daniel Payton, Daniel Payton. Whoop, whoop. Look at them all. So, yeah. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm also going to post that as well. But anyways, yeah, look at that. See? All his books. So many amazing books. That's absolutely correct. So let me post this. Create a post. And Daniel Payton's stuff. Yep. So yeah, so that's how you do that in Amazon. So he also has a website. I will most likely post that at the end of the show. There's so much information about this gentleman who's going to be coming on. So you might want to check out his website. I know somebody was asking about signed copies. I know that he does do that on his website. So if anyone's looking for autographed books, you can do that as well with him. That was pretty cool. So I'll have to I'll find that for you. But anyways, back to me. Hello to my aunt. My aunt Steph is here. Hello, welcome. So yeah, he should be on pretty soon. So this is going to be good. Everyone, it says, Daniel, I always forget that I can blow these damn things up so I can read them. Howdy, I can't stay long. I have an online meeting with my publisher soon. Oh, well, that is important, Dan. So very, very important. I don't blame you for not watching. So it's all right. At least you came on to say hello. So, yeah. I don't know about you, but I have been watching the news recently because, when they say that there is going to be a gas shortage, you kind of perk up and pay attention because you don't know if it's going to be affecting you or, whatever. So, but I have to say that there's a lot of dumb people out there just to say, I'm sorry, what's this? Daniel Payton will be talking to him about Earth's last Starship 2. Very important phone call or Skype meeting, whatever. So I don't blame you there. But anyways, back to the news. So I've been I have been watching the news, and I have to say that a lot of people are freaking dumb. It just astounds me about the whole gas shortage thing. It's just, I don't understand. Yeah, here it is right here. Oh my God. I'm going to. Oh. Anyways, let's watch this together because I find it absolutely hilarious. So I'm going to share this with you before he comes on. And we're gonna watch this together. This is on YouTube, so anybody can, as you can see here. So I'm just gonna make this just a little bit bigger. How's that look? Oh, that looks so good. Oh my goodness, I love how it's nice and big. But anyway, so this video is not mine, by the way. It's on YouTube from Jason Ruddison down here. So thanks, Jason. All right, let's watch this together. So this is the funny one. This is what I'm not understanding, okay? So let's watch it together.
We don't rest on our laurels. We built the Explorer stronger than ever, the Escape sleeker and smarter, and gave the Edge thrilling horsepower. Because we're not here to meet expectations. We're here to defy them.
Yeah, right. It looks the same. I drive the same thing. You didn't make anything new. Liars. Moving on. Here we go. She's filling the look at, she's filling it with gas, a plastic bag. Oh my God. Why would you do that? Seriously? Oh, she can't even pick it up. Look at, she's spilling it all over the place. Irresponsible for spills. I don't know where this is, but that's crazy. Look at it all over the ground. Oh my God. Why would you do that? You don't do that. And she got away with it too. That's crazy. Y'all know I used to work for gas stations, so that I would be running out there. That's just crazy. But anyways, there you go. Seriously? It's a gas shortage, people. Not the end of the world. It's not going to last forever. It didn't. It's back on. Let me get rid of this. Because you can actually put stupid people during gas shortage, and you'd be surprised what you can find. I'm telling you. People fighting. This video is about somebody was fighting or something. Yeah, fight broke out at the damn gas station. It's crazy. But anyways, it astounded me. Yeah, I mean, that's just crazy. Hello to my sister. Kayla here says that she traveled through those states that were affected by the colonial pipeline. It was not good. Yeah, I mean, yeah, okay. I can understand, if there's a gas shortage, yeah, but it's like you don't have to go freaking crazy and just dumb. That was a dumb move. Isn't gonna last that long. Your ass can walk. I ain't walking. Oh, Daniel Payton. I have a lot of friends in those states, and the real culprit of the problem was the media. Yes, there was a shortage and the situation with the pipeline, but almost on the first day they said it would be solved by Friday, and if not before. Yet the media screamed the sky. Yeah, it's true. It's true. I mean, it's over. It's like connected already. So it just was astounding me to see people filling plastic grocery bags full of gas at the pump. So just craziness. My sister, who lives in North Carolina, she says there's no issue. People are stupid and making it worse than it actually is. Yeah, I guess so. I guess so. Ashley says, I saw people putting it in jugs and metal barrels. Yeah, it's true. Daniel Payton for the video, fire hazard. Yeah. Oh, crazy. I don't know. Well, everyone's got something to say about that situation. That's just crazy. Yep. Absolutely. I'm pretty sure it was scary. Ashley says it was scary. Caleb, I know that you were traveling to those states. So did you have to fight anyone for gas? Because you went from Massachusetts to North Carolina and then from North Carolina over to Oklahoma. So yeah, I'm pretty sure you stopped in a couple of states where there was the crazed gas shortage. Hopefully you didn't have to fight anyone for gas. I would hope not. So, and you were driving. How long did it actually take you to get from Mass to Oklahoma to then go from Oklahoma? I don't even know how long you stayed down in North Carolina. So you must have been there for like a day or two or something like that. So let's see. Kayla, mostly all of the gas stations were closed. I took a video of the line at one of them. There were like 30 cars. Yeah, I did see the video on Facebook about that. So, yep, absolutely. Ashley, what did she say? No, she drove over a bridge that had a crack in it. Oh, okay. That's interesting. Two nights. Oh, okay. So she stayed there for 2 nights. All right. Well. All right, we're getting sidetracked just a little bit. It took us, what did she say? It took us 11 hours to North Carolina and then another 17 hours to Oklahoma. Oh my God. All that driving. What'd she say? The Memphis Bridge. They had to evacuate everyone off the bridge. Really? Were you on the bridge? That must have been freaky. I don't know if I would want to be on a bridge, that's literally cracking. That is crazy. I can see your comments, Kayla. What are you talking about? So, yeah, that's crazy. We're going to have to talk about that after, because I didn't know that you were going through anything like that. So let's see. I just got gas today in Connecticut. It was fine. Yeah, there's no problem up here. What did she say up the drift? We drove on it when we moved to Oklahoma, but who knows how long the crack's been there. It's bad crack too. Well, that's not good. I would hope that they fix it. But anyways, I'm going off topic. You guys got me going off topic here, chit-chatting about God knows what. I've been reading all your comments. Oh, I'm sorry. My guest, Steve says, reminds me of the 1970s. I just got your message. I apologize. I see you there. I see you. Well, anyways, Kayla, I hope that you come back. It would be nice to see you when you come back. So, because I didn't get 2 days like Heather did. I got freaking 1, and that was it. Went out to dinner, and that was pretty much all she wrote. And then she left. She leaves me. So, but yeah, you'll have to come back out. I have to go to Oklahoma. I've never been past New York in my entire life, so I don't know what it looks like out there. And I need to get to Illinois too. I want to go to Illinois for some reason. So, but anyways, it's science fiction. That's what we're supposed to be talking about tonight. So we will in a couple of minutes here, because he's here and he's ready to go. I'm pretty sure he is. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to be talking to Steve, and I've already, at the beginning of the show, I took you straight to Amazon. I showed you how to do it, how to look him up. I did post the Amazon link to his books on our page. I'll also post his website after the show so you can check it out more. So yeah. What was that? Oh, she slept 2 nights. She was with us for a day. She didn't even show up. Yeah, I know. She was late driving. Yep. So anyways, if you have questions during the show, you guys know to just throw them out there. And we'll answer them. So, all right, I'll bring them on a little early so I can squeeze some more time out of them. And so, yeah, get those questions ready. How are you, sir?
Hey, Brian, how are you?
Good. I'm very well.
Yeah, forgive this little phony background thing. We're moving in a couple of weeks, and they're just packing boxes and crap behind me, so I'm trying to hide all of that.
Okay. I thought maybe your chair had like a wing on it or something there.
No, it's actually supposed to be a green screen, so you can do the phony backgrounds, but it works.
I see now. Okay. Do those actually work very well? Because I was thinking of buying one. I have like a curtain that I have to put up.
Well, this is my wife's, and she uses it a lot. So yeah.
Okay. So
now I notice you have my second favorite Enterprise there behind you. It's only my second favorite because my favorite is the first refit from the first movie.
Okay.
I'm probably the only person who cried when the Enterprise appeared on the screen. I'm one of the original Trekkies.
Okay. and it's funny because I have never spoken to anyone that's been around since the beginning. So it's very interesting to see in your little description there. You love it. Started with Star Trek, so I was like, "Yay!"
I was in high school when it premiered, and we would rush home, watch it, and I'd call my buddy, and we'd talk for hours on the phone about that episode. I wore something just for you. I don't know if you can see this or not. I'm going to stand up.
Okay. Yes, look at that. I like that shirt.
Now,
I've seen that shirt somewhere.
Yeah, well, it's the Abbey Road cover.
Yep.
And I don't know if anyone realizes that of the 4 people on the shirt, Dr. McCoy is barefoot. And if you realize why he's barefoot. Now, if you're a Beatles fan, you might get that. The whole Paul McCartney thing where they thought he was dead. That's why he's barefoot on the album cover. when this shirt was made, DeForest Kelley was the only member of the cast that had died. So,
right, yeah, yeah.
so you want to talk Star Trek or my science fiction?
Hey, both. Hey, we can do
Okay.
both. No, this is a
Beautiful model.
well, it's actually not a model. It's very nice. But this is from the Hallmark store.
Ah, okay.
So this is a tree topper.
Okay.
A very expensive tree topper for the Hallmark Channel. So it does light up. It does play music or whatever. I have not tried it, but it just sits very nicely on my desk here. Yeah. So to be around at that time. So what was going through your mind when they just stopped after what, 3 seasons? Was it 3?
Well, you know, we were surprised that it even happened. And I guess it didn't surprise us that it went away because a lot of people didn't get it.
Yeah.
You know, and, you know, we just enjoyed it while we could and was shocked as hell when he came back. You know, Next Generation in the movies.
Yeah.
It was fantastic.
So have you been to conventions? Do you do any of that?
It doesn't fit anymore. Otherwise, I would have worn my uniform for this interview. I've been to a number of conventions. My wife has a uniform. We were going to renew our vows, Star Trek style. I was going to get an admiral's uniform. She was going to get a leather and lace Klingon dress, but COVID knocked that out. So we may do it later.
Oh, there you go.
So we're kind of serious Trekkies. I've got autographed pictures, and I met Nichelle Nichols and James Doohan. Very nice guy. Went to get an autograph from him and asked if I could please take a photograph. And he goes, "Come on around here, laddie." It was fantastic. And I've got one autographed picture from everyone from each of the series up through Enterprise.
Wow.
So, but that's back in the day before they charged $150, you know, for autographs.
I'm sure. Yeah. It's expensive. I've never been to a convention.
Yeah,
I know.
I don't think they're any fun anymore.
I'm sorry.
It's too much about the money.
I've never been, and I really do want to go. Hopefully they start them back up. So yeah. All right, and then we come to your science fiction.
Well, you had my bio there. I discovered science fiction as a kid. You know, my mom would bring the books home from where she worked, and in 2015, my first novel was published. If I can hold that up, the Chrono Car, which is a time travel story that starts with the son of a slave. The guy is a genius. He designs a time machine, but he can't build it because the technology doesn't exist. 125 years later, a black tech student, IIT student, I went to IIT, and he builds a Chrono Car, goes back to the year 1919 into the Bronzeville community, which is sort of a legendary black community, but he ends up in the middle of the bloodiest race riot in the city's history. Oh. This book completely blew my mind. This book has won awards. It's crazy. I couldn't believe it. And like I said, I went to IIT, Illinois Institute of Technology, and I did a presentation there, and they put my book in the university archives.
Oh, wow.
So it's really crazy. So I've actually written sort of a series. I mean, after the Chrono Car, I wrote one entitled Edge of Perception, which I call a paranormal science fiction love story. After that is one called Epocalypse, which is a sort of a computer takes over the world kind of a thing with a different twist. Okay. And then finally, I did a sequel to the Chrono Car called what the heck is it called? Time Waits for No One. And the books all stand alone, but there is a little bit of an underlying theme.
Okay.
And for the geeks of the group, in the Epocalypse book, that's the one about the computers, there is actually a Easter egg. Are you familiar with that concept?
Yes.
Yeah. You know,
I haven't come across a lot of authors that have used that term, though. So there's been a few.
Well, it goes back to the 90s with the computer software where they would have hidden things. Like in Windows 3.1, if you entered the right code and clicked on the right thing, you would get a little picture of Bill Gates introducing the programmers.
Oh,
In Excel 2000, I think it was, if you clicked on the right thing and made the right entry, you would get a 3D game. You would have to navigate a maze to get to a screen that introduced all of the programmers. So that's why my computer book has an Easter egg.
okay.
I won't give it away, but I'll give the one hint that the Easter egg does not work in the audiobook version. And that's all I'm going to say about that. But I am science fiction through and through. My all-time favorite science fiction film. Have you seen 2001: A Space Odyssey?
If I have, it's been a while.
Yeah. It's an acquired taste.
Yeah.
It was made in 1968, but the effects would rival anything made today. You know, no computers, just actual models. And
Right.
it is an unbelievable film. And unfortunately, you can't even see it the way it was originally filmed. It was filmed in Cinerama that requires 3 projectors. And that technology doesn't exist anymore. But that is my all-time favorite sci-fi movie.
Second best favorite?
Oh, second best favorite?
Yeah.
It might be Star Trek 1.
Okay.
But that's cheating because the effects were done by the same people.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but it was fun. I get into arguments with people because I have a very specific definition for science fiction. That real science fiction, in real science fiction, the science, whether real or imaginary, is so central to the story that if you take it out, the story falls apart.
Right.
And then by that definition, like Star Wars is not science fiction. I mean, yeah, exactly. In fact, you could even argue that half of Star Trek is not science fiction. Because like The Wrath of Khan is the story of a guy looking to get revenge against somebody who wronged him.
Right.
They just happen to have spaceships while they were doing it,
Yeah.
Whereas the first one was all pure science fiction. So
Yes. Yeah. I agree with that. Yeah. Absolutely.
So you may not meet a bigger or older geek than me.
It's funny. I think the only person that I had on my show regarding Star Trek was one of the lead painters of the models.
Oh.
And from the original movies. And I know that I Skyped him. I can't remember his name now.
I bet that was cool.
It was a while ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was Skyping with him. He lives in England. That's where it was. And yeah, he was just telling me all the stories about that. But no, I haven't talked to really any geeks or anything like that. So yeah, it's fun. I think it's fun. So
no, you were talking about traveling. One of the places you got to get to is going to be Washington, D.C., the Smithsonian, because the original Enterprise is on display there. I
had heard.
Yeah. Oh, it is amazing. It's 11 feet long, and they've actually reconditioned it. I haven't been there since they reconditioned it, but I don't know which was more exciting, seeing the Enterprise or Apollo 11. They were both pretty cool.
Oh, that's right. They're both there. Yeah, no, I've never been there either. So I have a lot of places I need to get to. So as soon as this COVID thing subsides or at least relaxes a little bit and we can get back to some sort of normalcy, I'd like to start, going places. So I think we take for granted for being able to just go wherever we want to. And when we're kind of locked in and not able to go anywhere, it's like, I really had it made. So there's a lot of places I want to go now. So
did
COVID affect you in any way? Hopefully not. I ask authors because sometimes it's always, no, it just gave me more time to write, or yes, I couldn't write. I was so stressed, or, whatever.
Well, kind of yes and no. I mean, I've gotten more writing done. I am still working, even though I'm old enough to retire, and I do computer tech support. So I've been working from home for the past year and a half.
Okay. Yeah, which
is pretty slick. I'm actually, right now when we're done, I've got to get back and make sure everything is, up and running. But the last book of the series I wrote pretty much during the COVID thing.
Yeah.
And I'm working on a 5th one now.
Nice.
Yeah. So, and I've been playing around with screenplays, and yeah, we'll see what happens.
What type of screenplays are we kind of drifting away from science fiction when it comes to screenplays?
No, literally a screenplay adaptation of my books.
I see. Oh, okay. I got you now. Okay.
Yeah, my wife was talking to this guy once. He worked for Netflix or whatever, and she happened to mention my book, and the first thing the guy said was, "Oh, is there a screenplay?" Which there wasn't at the time. So I decided I had to correct that.
I think that would be pretty awesome to have. So, I mean, I don't know what the feeling is having my book turned into something for either TV or a movie or whatnot. So
That'd be wild.
I think so. Yeah, absolutely.
I know I have other writer friends who are concerned that if someone were to buy their book, they would change it significantly, but hey, you buy it, you pay me for it, do whatever the hell you want with it. The book will always be there,
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So let's see. Let's go back to Star Trek because now that I have you, I want to obtain some, knowledge and information here because I see it on Facebook all the time and people in the debates and everything else. So have you watched Star Trek Voyager?
Yes, I watched Voyager. In fact, all the way up through Voyager, I've watched. Enterprise, I was a little disappointed in. It was hard for me to follow.
Okay.
And there's really been nothing since then that's really kept my attention. The newer movies are all like Star Wars. They're a bunch of explosions. Even Discovery seems to be more space opera than science fiction. And of course, they're playing around with a different. I don't know if you've ever watched Discovery. I mean, it's actually very well done.
I've watched all seasons. I keep watching because I'm hopeful that something is going to happen.
But I mean, it's a different sort of timeline, I guess, and it just doesn't make sense when they bring up a character from the original series that pops up out of nowhere. It just doesn't make any sense.
Right.
The young lady's stepfather or adopted father is Sarek. I can't wrap my mind around that.
Yeah.
Because I watched it from the beginning, I'm very much into canon and how things supposedly happen in the quote unquote Star Trek universe. And when they start messing with it, it just kind of turns me off.
Okay. So what was your thought about Voyager?
Voyager was okay. I mean, it was having a female captain was good. It's not my favorite of the series, but it was interesting. Right now, they're doing reruns of Star Trek, and I generally watch the original, Next Generation, and DS9, and I'll watch Voyager if I'm in the mood. There were some episodes of Voyager that were pretty outstanding.
Okay.
But the series itself, they were starting to lose me a little bit,
Okay. See, that's how I feel about DS9. I really don't. I've watched it. I don't feel like rewatching it. So I didn't do it. For some reason, I liked Voyager. So yeah, Enterprise, I'm with you. I was very disappointed how it ended. And the story sometimes was just kind of all over the place. And but
with DS9, I just accepted that it was all space opera and just sort of got into the characters. I mean, there's very little science fiction in DS9. I mean, the whole point, the best parts of it is the Dominion War. Well, it's space battles. So, and again, you discover that some of the characters are great. I mean, on DS9, some great characters and great actors. So that kept my attention. In fact, I met Armin Shimmerman, the guy who plays Quark. I met him at a convention and got an autograph.
I hear he's a very nice guy. I watch. It's funny because I watch the conventions on YouTube, so I'll just sit there and just watch them and the talks and the panels and stuff. So it's very interesting. So they all seem like very nice people. So maybe one day, hopefully, I'll get to meet some people. So
yeah, it is fun. I don't know if you ever watched any Doctor Who because I sort of got into that a little bit too.
No.
Yeah, and I've been to a few Doctor Who conventions. Again, not much science fiction, just a lot of fun.
Yeah. Nope. I never could get into it. I don't know why. I just couldn't. I know what it is. I know what it's all about and everything. I just no thanks. So
That's what everybody likes.
yeah.
So you got some models there behind you. What do you have back there? On the other side of the room there. Is that those models you have in the showcase? Yeah, there.
So if you couldn't tell already, Mickey Mouse is all over the place in this room.
Okay.
So I am a Disney freak.
Okay.
But those are the Incredibles.
Oh yeah.
So that's the family. They are in acrylic cases. So yeah, we got those from the Disney store. That's what those are. Yeah.
No, my daughter was a very big Disney fan. She actually had a chance to do an internship at Disney World when she was in college.
Oh,
it was amazing. Yeah. She actually ran the African boat ride thing. It was really cool. Where the alligator comes out of the water and all of that.
Oh, yep. Yeah. Okay. Oh, the Jungle Cruise?
Yeah, Jungle Cruise. Yeah, I couldn't remember what that was called.
I love that ride. Yes, absolutely. Magic Kingdom. Yeah. I hear that people who do that for college and work for Disney, it's a fun experience. So
she loved it.
Yeah, I bet she did. I do have models. I just don't have them around. They are still packed away. I never took them out. So
well, here I can show you something here. I got because I bought this about a couple of months ago. This is a Barbie doll edition of Captain Kirk.
I have seen those. Yep, absolutely.
Paid $18 for that. And
so, are you a big collector though?
Not a big collector. Just every now and then, I went into a closing record store and they had a bunch of toys for like
right,
$5 each. So the trick is you always buy two. So you have one you can play with and the other you never open.
That is true. Absolutely.
So, but whenever I see something, right now I don't have any place to put anything. That's my problem. A lot of my toys and things are in boxes. I got this really cool Captain Sisko doll where he's wearing the old-fashioned Star Trek and holding a tribble. If you remember that episode in DS9 where they go back in time.
Yes.
Yeah. One of my favorite episodes. Oh, and it's probably worth something, but I mean, who wants to give it up?
That's true. Yeah. I don't think anyone would want to give it up. So back to writing. Mm-hmm. So do you plan to just keep going with science fiction? Any thoughts of veering off the path a little bit to some other genre that you've wanted to write about?
Well, there is. I've been playing around with a detective series.
Oh.
Back in the 1970s, when I was in college, I was involved with college radio and got very much involved with tape recording and doing little skits and things like that. And in the 1970s, I actually produced some radio dramas, and one of which was a detective series. And I've thought about novelizing that. It's just that it's a comic directed detective series. It's sort of like Columbo meets Inspector Clouseau kind of a thing. Okay. But the problem is all of the jokes are so old because the thing was written back in the 70s. So I'm playing around with that as something else to do.
Interesting. Very interesting. Okay.
So now, are you familiar with the War of the Worlds?
I do know what the War of the Worlds is, yes.
You're right. And back in 1938, Orson Welles did a radio version of it that scared the hell out of everybody. Yeah. Because he did it well, when I was in college again, I was a freshman, I listened to that on the radio and it blew my mind. And I made a promise to myself that I actually kept. And in 1978, I produced a modern version of that, which played on Canadian public radio and public radio in Chicago. And it did so well that I went to NPR and they told me to put it under wraps because Steven Spielberg had bought the copyright. He made that really terrible movie with what's his face,
Tom Cruise,
Tom Cruise, yeah. They ruined it.
Yeah, I've seen it. Oh yeah.
But I read somewhere that someone's thinking of doing a movie based on the original book, which is like 18 whatever. So that should be interesting.
Okay. Oh, very interesting. Got some questions here. I'm going to
Oh,
put them on the screen.
okay.
So,
Okay.
Heather, what did you think of Picard?
I happen to like Picard very much.
Me too. I can't
Yeah.
wait for the next one.
Yes. Yes. Um, I was watching The View when he invited Whoopi Goldberg
Yes.
to reprise that thing, and
Yeah.
and it looks like Q may be coming back. That I like Q. I like Q.
Yeah.
Well, you know,
how are they going to do that?
well, he's immortal. I mean, the trick is though, how are they going to make him look young?
That's what I'm saying.
You know,
yes, they got CGI or makeup and all that good stuff, but I hope they can do them right.
Yeah, well, we'll see what happens. I mean,
Yeah.
if I know these guys, they'll say something like, "Oh, well, I aged myself so that you wouldn't be shocked, or so you would be able to accept me better." You know, they'll come up with some little stupid thing. But yes, I did enjoy Picard, and I can hardly wait for it to come back. And again, it's because I love the character so much.
Yes.
You know, 7 of 9 walks in and starts kicking butt. It was really great.
Oh yes, it was. Oh yeah. I really enjoyed it. So and I can't wait for the next season. So they keep dropping, and I know that they revealed the date that it's supposed to start, but I haven't seen it yet. So I don't know when it's supposed to start.
Yeah, I've seen some little sort of teaser trailers and things.
Yeah.
I guess they've done some of the production or whatever. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Hopefully the CBS app will work better than it did before. They really ticked me off. When it first came out, I signed up for CBS just to watch that, and the stupid app kept crashing on my computer and on the TV screen.
Yeah. That's not good.
No. I mean, CBS did. I mean,
Yeah. And I was doing that just to watch Discovery too. I would have to pay to watch it, and then I would cancel the service when it was done.
Exactly.
And I would restart again. So now it's on Discovery Plus now, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
In fact, they ran Picard for free on Pluto or someplace, I think, during the COVID thing.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
So you kind of wonder, you pay all the money in, but then if you wait, it's going to be free. It's like going to the movies.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
that's pretty much what's happening now. If you want to see it now, you have to pay for the premium movie of whatever it is, and then you have to wait another 30 days for it to come out free. I think
exactly.
Disney Plus is doing that now. I just find it hilarious that because of COVID, streaming just went skyrocketing.
Oh yeah, exactly. Went crazy.
Yeah. Let's see. My sister Kayla here.
Love War of the
Worlds. Yes.
Now, is she referring to the new movie or the old thing? I wonder which one she loved.
That's a good question.
Yeah. There's been so many versions. There was even a musical version of the dumb thing. I mean, it's been around for years.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. From what I heard, it was kind of dumb, but I mean,
No thanks.
But if you go to my website and fish around a bit, you'll find the radio dramas, and you'll find my my War of the Worlds. It's called The Day of the Martians.
The Day of the Martians.
And where they land in the northern suburbs of Chicago and attack Michigan Avenue. On my website, it's a page called Radio Days. I'd have to look it up, but all of my radio dramas are there. The detective stories and some other things.
Okay.
Some fun Halloween short subjects that the kids might like, even.
Oh.
Yeah, there's a menu item called Potpourri, and under Potpourri you'll find Radio Days, and that's where you'll find stuff about my, the radio stuff I did in college and what I've done since then.
So I can actually go on there and listen to it, or just
you can listen to it. They're all there.
Oh wow. Okay. Definitely. Yeah, I was poking around earlier at the website. So yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I remember, along with being a sci-fi geek, I've been a computer geek. I mean, I used to build websites, and I worked in cable TV back when cable TV was just getting started. So I used to help install these big, gigantic satellite dishes for picking up HBO and whatever. So
I remember those days.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I've been around long enough to experience a lot of things.
And has it changed? My goodness.
Yeah, exactly. That's what my Apocalypse book is all about. People are addicted to their cell phones, and that addiction moves on to a device called an Augie, an augmented viewer, that everyone is required to wear. They're required by law to wear it, and of course, it can make you see whatever it wants. I've had people tell me that it's extremely scary because it's so believable.
Wow.
Well, you know, when you got nothing else to do and you sit around to your right, you get lucky every now and then.
Absolutely. Oh my! I'm definitely going to have to read that one.
Oh yeah, please, and I would love to know what you think about it. In fact, anyone who reads any of my books, please, I need reviews. So please review it on Amazon. Even if you don't like it, just review it.
You heard it from him, because every show they're used to me saying that if you buy the book from Amazon, always leave a review, even if it's not the best review. Still leave a review.
Just spell my name
very,
right.
Very important. So yeah.
And if you're interested, also on my website, you can get an autograph copy of each of the books.
I also let them know that at the beginning of the show. So because I had someone was watching, I think it was last week or something, and that was the question: is there a way for me to get an autograph signed copy? And I guess the author didn't do that. So that was the first thing I mentioned. I remember that. So yeah, because she was in Canada, so it was more expensive for her to package and then mail it. You know, when she could probably buy 3 of her books with the cost of it or something like that.
Oh well, yeah. Well, that's the thing. It would cost more because I have to ship it and everything, but you get an autograph copy.
There you go. Yeah.
It might be worth something one day. Who knows?
I'm sure it will. I'm sure it will.
We hope so.
So any other awards on any of your other books, or just the one? I'm pretty sure you've gotten some awards.
Well, I got recognition, I have to enter the contest in order to get the awards, and I'm only really just started entering some of them, but it's just the first one just sort of blew my mind. It just went crazy for whatever reason. People just loved the hell out of it.
Yeah. And that was your first book, right?
It was the first book.
Okay.
You know, and I've yet to, and again, they all get great reviews and everybody likes it, but you know, in competitions, you're competing against the best of the best, and you know, so I can't complain if I only come in second place or if I don't win every time, but you try.
Right. And I think that's what happens with most authors that I speak to. I mean, whatever genre they're in, there's always that, you know, top author that everybody knows, you know. So,
exactly. There's always somebody who's a little better than you are.
Oh, I'm sure. But yeah. Another question here. Heather wants to know, you did mention audiobooks?
Right. No, I don't do them myself. And it's funny she would say that because I have done radio and I've had compliments on my voice, but no, I don't do the audiobooks. They're actually all read by different people. The Chrono Car series is read by a guy who actually sort of acts them out. I mean, he actually creates the characters and does the voices, does a heck of a job.
Oh.
So the, my books are not self-published. They're published by an independent publisher, and they handle all of that. So they went out and got the person to do the reading and everything else. I just sit back and collect the royalties.
There you go.
Yeah. Not that it's that much, but
Yeah.
I do get people who ask me about that. Like they say, if you self-publish, you get to keep all the money.
No.
But if you self-publish, you also get to spend all of the money because, I mean, it can cost a couple of $1,000s to put a book together.
Right.
To get a professional cover and get editing. My first book, The Chrono Car, went through 3 rounds of editing, and I mean, it must have cost a fortune. And again, I want to write. I don't want to publish and worry about all of that stuff.
Right. Yeah. I've only come across a couple of people who have self-published, but are also with publishers, though. So they've done a little bit of both. I mean, self-publishing, it has its rewards, yes, but it's a pain sometimes.
Well, the thing about getting published is that your stuff has got to be good enough, which is why I wanted to be published. If I couldn't find a publisher, I would always wonder, is my stuff really any good?
Yeah.
Because you can publish any kind of crap, My my daughter brought home a book self-published by a friend of hers, and I couldn't get past the second page with the misspellings and the grammatical errors. You know, it's crazy. But we did self-publish my wife's book. She's a business coach, and she has a book called "You Lost Me at Hello," and we self-published that, and that worked out very nicely. We'll probably self-publish her second one.
Oh, there you go.
But the science fiction stuff, I'll let my publisher handle that.
Yeah,
they've done a great job so far.
Absolutely. So, wow.
So what do you think the future is going to be for Star Trek? I mean, do you think it's about to die off? Or I mean, they've really changed it, I guess, to match what the audience is. Like the movies are dark, and and I don't know, it's so hard to get into them. The last one I saw was Into Darkness, and I was turned off by it.
Really?
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was exciting, a lot of explosions. But I walked out thinking, what did I just see?
Yeah. Yeah.
But again, the audience is different. I mean, the people who watched Trek when I was a teenager was looking for something different.
Right. Yeah.
So.
You got the science fiction. Most of it now, like you said, is not really, some of the stories will, or episodes will be scientific to figure something out, or whatever. But most of it's just like who's in love with who, and
yeah.
That's what it is. So
it's like back in the 60s, was it CBS turned down Star Trek for Lost in Space?
Yeah.
Which I've tried watching some old episodes of that, and God, what a joke, but people loved it. Yeah.
So did you watch the new one on Netflix?
The new Lost in Space movie?
Yeah.
Well, we saw the first movie. I haven't watched the series, but we saw the movie that was made a few years ago, and it was fair. It was okay.
Yeah.
And I should probably check out the series. I hated the TV show, so it's hard for me to imagine getting into the series. But I've heard that it's very good.
Yes, I watched all of them.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, yeah, it was interesting. It was very interesting. So yeah.
But it took it more seriously than they did with the TV show, I'm assuming.
Yes.
Because the TV show was all camp. It was almost like Batman. It was all camp.
Yeah. No, not this one.
The stupid robot falling in love, and things like that. Yeah.
No love in this one. So yeah. I really enjoyed it. So it was good.
So I have a trivia question for your Trekkie crowd there. Oh. Does anybody know the connection between Star Trek and Lucille Ball? As in I Love Lucy?
I don't know if they're going to know that. Maybe they do. I would be surprised if anyone knew what that was.
Well, the next time you watch an episode of the original Trek, at the very end, it will say Desilu Productions. Yeah. It was Lucille Ball and Desilu that pushed it through and actually got it produced.
That's true.
So there's a reason why all Trekkies should love Lucy too.
I do love that show.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should have do you get many Trekkies on your show, or many Trekkies that watch your show?
No, because I'm not just science fiction.
Mm-hmm.
So I have gone down, urban fantasy, because before I requested science fiction. Let's just put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
I have received everyone but. I've gotten the urban fantasy, but because it had a little science fiction in it, it kind of went with whatever. But you are the first one to really stand out in science fiction. So yeah.
Well, I go back to the old school, Asimov and those guys. Funny story, when the Chrono Car, my first book, was published, I went to a bookstore and did a presentation, and then the guy took my book and put it on the shelf next to Ray Bradbury. Now, I don't know if you know who Ray Bradbury is. He's one of the kings of classic science fiction. I was on cloud 9 until I realized Bellinger, Bradbury, it was just alphabetical, but that was an experience.
There you go.
So that book has gotten me on radio and interviewed in different places, like this. It's amazing.
Yeah. It's always fun to talk to different people. So I think that's why I do this. And then you learn so much more about them.
Oh, sure.
I have met so many different authors and who write so many different things. How long have I doing this? 6 years now. So
Wow, okay, yeah.
I've made quite a few friends along the way as well as authors. So it's fun.
You've made one year. You're a Trekkie. I mean, what's there not to like?
Yeah, absolutely. Now, do you watch any Star Wars?
Star Wars lost me after the third movie back in the 70s. The only movie that I've ever fallen asleep on in a theater in my life was a Star Wars film. It was the one about the clones. There were just so many talking heads. I literally fell asleep. The space opera gets so convoluted, and I get lost because I haven't followed it over the years.
Right.
The first one, you didn't have to understand the story. It was just exciting.
Right.
Now for people who love it, and I'm not knocking it, it's just not my cup of tea, I guess. I'm not really big into Star Wars.
Okay.
And I apologize to any Star Wars fans out there, but
there's a couple out there.
Yeah. And I'm not, it's not knocking it. It's just
right. Yeah.
It's not my cup of tea.
I get it. Yeah. I don't mind it. I've watched it all, so
Yeah, and again, and it's great. It's not that it's not good movie making or whatever, but I don't watch a lot of films, and when I do, I tend to be a little picky.
Yeah, absolutely. I would be too. I would be too. So it's not my go-to. Let's just put that way. I'd rather watch anything Star Trek related. So yeah, first. So because you're into computers, do we play any online games?
No, I haven't played games in years, though, because they eat up your life. I've got a buddy who repairs computers, and he tests them by playing games, but it takes him 8 hours to test a computer.
Yeah.
And I mean, I was into games at one point, but it's been years.
Okay.
Pretty much now when I'm online, it's related to the writing, to the sci-fi. I'm trying to learn more about the script writing and things like that. And I'm getting into cryptocurrency and stuff like that. Maybe I'll make a couple of bucks.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. But I never got too much into the games.
Okay.
Now, have you or any of your listeners, you guys ever heard of fan fiction? Are you familiar with that genre? Fan fiction is where
I do know about fan fiction.
Okay.
I do have a friend who's an author. He was here. He's probably not here anymore. Daniel Payton. He's more fantasy, but he loves Star Trek. So we have that in common. So he does his science or Star Trek fan fiction.
Okay.
And he's also done Star Wars as well. So yeah, I'm very aware of fan fiction. So
it's been a while, but I did some fan fiction myself, Star Trek fan fiction, and I love the crossover concept. A friend of mine introduced me to the Highlander series. The guy, they live forever and let you cut off their heads or whatever.
Right.
Well, since they live forever, I had the character McLeod on Deep Space Nine, which worked out very nicely. I mean, I had the Borg and all sorts of people involved with that. But my all-time favorite is a Star Trek crossover that I call Brainstorm, where Pinky and the Brain take over the Enterprise.
Oh.
And it worked out very nicely. People loved it.
Interesting.
I usually do fan fiction when I'm sort of stuck and can't think of anything else, because you don't have to worry about making up the characters. You just throw it all together.
Right.
But it's a lot of fun. I mean, even if you're not a professional writer, it's just fun to sit down and write your own stories. What would happen if the X-File people, I forget the characters' names, but if they appeared on the Enterprise all of a sudden, the most famous fan fiction ever written, it's called The Doctor in the Enterprise, where Doctor Who appears on the bridge of the Enterprise. That was written back in the 70s, I think. It's what actually started the whole thing, I believe. The Tom Baker doctor is debating with Captain Kirk and Mr. Spock. Great piece.
I didn't know anything about that. I'm gonna have to find that.
Yeah, well, see, that's why you got this old fart on your show.
Yeah. See, I'm learning so much valuable information here. So yeah.
But those were the days.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah. It sounded fun.
Yeah, it was. It was great fun. It was great fun. And you kind of wonder where things are going from here.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
It's all up in the air. I really don't know. I like the direction in some of them. I don't like the direction in others. I guess whatever you're into. And now all of a sudden, all these other series are starting to pop up and whatnot. Now they want Captain Pike to have his own series.
Yeah.
Seven should have her own series. And now they want Janeway to come back. And it's just like...
Well, see, I think they blew it when they didn't give Sulu a series. Because was it Star Trek Generations, where Captain Sulu helped him out. And that would have been a great thing to take off with. To have him as a captain and having his adventures, because he's a great actor, and they could have had other people from the old series, taking part. Now, there are these fan-made Star Trek films that are out there too.
I've seen a couple.
Star Trek, I think it's called Star Trek Continues, which is actually quite good.
Okay.
Actually very well done. And they spent a lot of money, recreating the Enterprise and the bridge and everything. And then there were a couple of films that were made that actually starred Nichelle Nichols and Walter Koenig from the original series.
I think I've seen that.
Yeah, and that was sort of interesting. Where I think Uhura marries a Vulcan or some such thing. I don't know, but it's some of those things were fun. Some of it's garbage,
Right.
But some of them are a lot of fun. And you never know what you find on the internet. And it's all free. So there's hope, I guess.
There is hope. Here's another question for you. How many books total have you written?
I've written 4 novels, and I am also part of an anthology. You can find all that on my website. That's how many books I've written so far. I've got 2 more in my head, so we'll see what happens with that.
Okay.
I had an idea for like a disaster movie kind of a thing where, the whole earth goes crazy. And that's almost more space opera than science fiction. But yeah, we'll see what happens.
I like disaster movies, so I look forward to that.
Yeah, it's I'll keep you posted, because it has to do with the Earth's magnetic field, and as a result, you have crazy storms here. You got goofy things happening there, and it was fun to write. Took a little bit of research. All of these things took a lot of research. The Chrono Car took a year and a half of research between the science and the history. So it's not easy to sit down and just write. The only thing that didn't take much work was the Apocalypse, the computer one, because in terms of the computer history, I lived it. I mean, I programmed mainframes when I was in college.
Right.
So I already knew that stuff.
There you go. Yeah, absolutely.
I do worry about losing baby boomers, not baby boomers, millennials who don't get all of this stuff. So I hope I don't.
Yeah.
But everybody loves the Chrono Car. I mean, it is just an all-time favorite. So, and if anyone happens to read it or listen to the audiobook, I would love to know what you think.
Absolutely. Well, I want to thank you for coming on and talking with me. It was a pleasure.
Thank you for having me. This was the most fun I've had in a long time.
I try to make these shows as comfortable as possible in my head, because I didn't like doing this whole video thing. I really didn't, because I was always on online radio. So I had to dial a number to get in and be on the air, and people wouldn't be able to see me. So I liked that so much better. And then I had a friend say, oh, you'd be great on camera. So in my mind, I just think that I'm going to be talking to an old friend that I had seen in, a couple of years or whatever, to make it at least comfortable for me. So yeah. Keep me posted on your books.
Absolutely.
I'd love for you to come back on, maybe just strictly Star Trek then or something.
Sure. I'd love to.
Absolutely. I'm always looking for science fiction guests to come on. And just talk about one certain thing. So, but to have Star Trek and your books, it was a bonus. So,
well, thank you.
All right. So, but again, if anyone has any questions for him, you can always, post them on there. I'll make sure he gets the questions. You can always go to his website. Now, your last name, is it Bellinger?
Yeah, Bellinger. SteveBellinger.com.
Yep, I will make sure. Actually, I did post that on the Facebook wall. So
yeah, you did.
Everyone can go and check it out. So, yeah, absolutely.
A lot of interesting stuff there.
There is, actually. I went through your website earlier. So, yeah, I learned a lot. Yeah. Well, everyone is liking the show. That's great. And like I said, I'm going to have you back on. Most definitely.
Well, thank you, Brian.
You're welcome.
This was just so much fun. Maybe next time we can get some real Trekkies on here. We can do a little trivia.
Sure, absolutely. I know a lot of Trekkies, so I'm going to have to let them know when I should do a Star Trek show. I think that would be fantastic. So
that would be a lot of fun.
Yeah, absolutely. So you just gave me another idea for a show. So
there you go.
Perfect. I'll be in touch. So
thank you, sir.
You're welcome. All right, everyone, that is it. I'm going to go, and I will see everyone on Sunday because that is the next show. I wish I could do that, but I can't. I don't think I can. But
we can push the fingers aside. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to tape up next time. Yeah, that's it. So everyone have a great night.
Good night. Thanks again.
You're welcome.